Another day, another module. So, we already finished the module for today, and this is a big pat on the back for me and for y'all for sticking around this long. We finished the sleep modules. There were 6 total. Each one was anywhere from like 5 minutes to like 30-minute modules. So in total, if I had to guess, it was probably like 2 hours worth of modules, which when you're taking notes and you're really trying to absorb the information, it's more like for me, in my learning process, like I need to write down everything and I need to understand every term. So I'll kind of like rabbit hole into like, what does, I don't know, one of the ones was bisglycinate today, and I had never heard of that. So I was like, all right, let's look up that term. So it's things like that where it's like, even though it is timed as like 2 hours or whatever it is, it's probably going to take a lot longer just to like fully absorb the information for me. So let's get into what we learned. Today is I think it's the 25th. God, I am so glad that I timestamped these because that really helps with everything. So I think, so yesterday we went over the helpful sleep aids like valerian root, 5-HTP, chamomile, and ashwagandha. Today we went over more of sleep aids and then basically what antioxidants are, what free radicals are, and that was another rabbit hole that I kind of went down that wasn't even a part of the modules. And then to end everything, we did the practical recommendations for sleep optimization. So let's get freaking into it. Okay, so melatonin. Mr. John, this is what he was going over. So melatonin is a natural hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycle. High dose, so actually I'll get into that later. Melatonin can adjust the body's internal clock, especially for those with insomnia or jet lag. The recommended dose is 1 to 3 milligrams 30 to 60 minutes before bed. And this is kind of interesting, the dosing. So if you're an enhanced bodybuilder or you are just looking for more of the antioxidant effects of melatonin, then those mega doses that you usually see in stores, like 5 to 10 milligrams, those actually you'll gain a little bit more of the antioxidant effects from it. But there's a caveat to it. If you are doing, let's say you're doing like 10 milligrams a night and you feel groggy the next day, if the grogginess impairs your training, are the antioxidant effects really worth it? So that's kind of the drawback to it. So my recommendation for melatonin, just like any other drug, PEDs, literally anything else like nootropics, whatever, start low and titrate up if need be. So you're always the guinea pig, or I'm always the guinea pig. We're always the guinea pig. Like, you always want to make sure that you're starting low and then experimenting and seeing what works best for you. So good variables, I would say, are how's your mental clarity? How are your energy levels throughout the day? How is your training performance? And I guess those are like the main 3. So yeah. All right. So let's move on. So sunlight affects melatonin levels, and as you age, your melatonin levels decrease. So that's where supplementing it can really help as you're aging. But that being said, before you even think about supplements, make sure to get sunlight early in the day. That is so important on so many levels. And if it's winter, or if you have overcast or whatever, try to make sure that you're in the overcast or like outside even longer than you would be in sunlight. So good tips and tricks for that could be like if you know you have a big work block, make like and you have the opportunity to be outside, take your laptop, be outside, get your work block in then, go on walks as much as you can, and maybe even if you're just hanging out with friends, go hang out with friends outside. It's the weirdest thing, but no, I'm kidding. But all right, so let's get into the high doses. And okay, so this is the last thing that I'll touch on for melatonin with the dosing. So high doses, like I'm talking 60 to 100 milligrams of melatonin. It's apparently been shown that can help dementia, mainly for the antioxidant effects and how it helps the brain to get into a deep state of rest while you're sleeping. And it'll actually, like, antioxidants are meant to fight, we'll get into this in a little bit, but they're meant to basically neutralize free radicals, which basically makes sure that the free radicals aren't taking any electrons from the molecule. So what that does is if an electron's missing from a molecule, like a free radical would take, then that's going to cause oxidative stress on your body. And oxidative stress can lead to all sorts of diseases. It can lead to like cognitive anxiety. It can lead to depression. It can lead to all these different things that ripple out of oxidative stress. So that's where antioxidants are huge, and that's where melatonin can really help. Now, I'm not saying take 60 to 100 milligrams. Those were in cases with patients specifically with dementia. But if you're just looking for the antioxidant effects, 5 to 10 milligrams will work great. All right, so let's actually, that's a good segue. So I rabbit holed into an antioxidant. So remember what antioxidants are and what free radicals are. So antioxidants are natural or man-made molecules that neutralize free radicals, which means it gives up an electron to free radicals without turning unstable themselves to protect cells from damage. So that's pretty cool. Antioxidants are awesome for that. And free radicals. So free radicals are unstable molecules missing an electron that steal electrons from other molecules, causing oxidative stress. And that's when an atom, an ion, or a molecule loses an electron. So, pretty cool. Next time you have berries or leafy greens, pretty much anything with a lot of antioxidants, thank those antioxidants. They're saving your body from oxidative stress. Okay, so next one is magnesium. So magnesium is a mineral that many people are deficient in. And this one is probably one you've heard a lot in the fitness community. So magnesium helps regulate neurotransmitters involved in sleep, such as GABA, which promotes relaxation and calm. So 200 to 400 milligrams taken in the evening is recommended. And then if you are on PEDs, if you're in prep, you'll probably have to increase your magnesium supplementation because you're going to be even more deficient in magnesium because we're not going to have as many nutrients to work with. Or if you're on PEDs, you're going to be running through those nutrients much quicker. All right, so recommended forms of magnesium are 3 forms: magnesium threonate, magnesium bisglycinate, or magnesium citrate. Now, the types of magnesium to avoid are carbonate, or magnesium carbonate and magnesium oxide, mainly because they have poor bioavailability. So, bioavailability meaning you're not going to be able to uptake a lot of that magnesium. So it's not going to matter if you take it because it's not going to be effective. So 3 that you want: threonate, bisglycinate, citrate. 2 to avoid: carbonate and oxide. All right, so now we have L-Theanine. So you've probably heard this one too. This is a pretty common one. So L-Theanine is an amino acid found in tea leaves. It promotes relaxation without sedation, which is incredible. L-Theanine increases alpha brainwaves and modulates serotonin and dopamine, which are all extremely important molecules, and alpha brainwaves are very important for learning and memory. The recommended dose is 100 to 200 milligrams taken before bed. And if you're anxious before bed, L-Theanine is a great supplement to take. All right, so now let's go on to, I think this is the last one. So we have the practical recommendations for sleep optimization. We're going to do rapid fire. We got 17 recommendations. Number 1, keep a regular sleep-wake cycle. Number 2, daylight exposure early in the day. Number 3, nap early in the day to make up for lost sleep, preferably about 30 to 45 minutes. Number 4, limit caffeine 7 hours prior and alcohol 4 hours prior to sleep. Number 5, avoid large meals 2 hours prior to sleep and favor carbs. Number 6, taper fluids in the evening. Number 7, journal any busy thoughts and have a wind down process. Number 8, shut down electronics. Reduce blue ray exposure prior to sleep. Number 9, aim for 8 to 9 hours of in-bed time. Number 10, hot shower prior to bedtime. Number 11, set alarm for bedtime. Number 12, keep room dark and cool. Number 13, address sleep apnea and snoring. Number 14, invest in a high-quality mattress and pillow. Number 15, if you wake up during sleep, go do a relaxing activity, like reading or drawing or meditating. Number 16, proper hormone balance. Monitor side effects and lab work. Every 10 to 12 weeks, get lab work. Number 17, utilize dietary supplements as an aid. All right, so that pretty much freaking wraps it up for all the sleep modules. It's funny, I was scrolling through all of the modules and showing it to my lady, and dude, it is nuts how much just this level 1 certification covers. I mean, it's incredible. Like, we're doing sleep, we're doing stress management, we're doing training, we're doing nutrition, we're doing PEDs, whole list of stuff. It's incredible. But that being said, we are officially freaking done with the sleep modules. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now we're going to go grub. We're going to go take our hot shower prior to sleep. And I think that's about it. And then go spend some quality time with my family. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's going to be a fun night. That being said, I appreciate y'all being here today. We will get into the first module of stress management tomorrow. So, looking forward to that. But anyways, y'all, I'll see you then.